Audio check 1 2. Audio check 1 2 3. Audio check 1 2. Audio check 1 2 3. Audio check 1 2. Audio check 1 2 3. Hey guys, AJ Town here with the T Storm Chasers. Sorry, I'm having such a difficult time. Uh, we are trying to get things back up here running. I had to do a reboot on my system. It crashed on me, so I definitely do apologize. I got things coming back up and back online. So let's hopefully do this right and do this everything the way that it should be done. Let's jump into the nitty gritty. So, anyways, as I was mentioning, as we take a quick look at our live radar system here, we do see some showers pushing through the area. Yep, I lost one of my lights, so now I'm going to be sitting in the dark a little more. There we go. Anyways, as we take a look there, we do see some showers that are pushing through the areas. We got to lose these showers to regenerate that strength. If we regenerate that strength, Anyways, if we start to lose these showers and everything, we will see the chance of these storms really start to increase. As we take a look at our future cast here, now this is going to be starting right about that. What are we, about 10 o'clock in the morning here. So just about now, we do see those isolated showers still pushing through the area. We do see that slight risk right through there. As we put the map into motion here. Nope. So now as we go into the 11 o'clock there, we do see some of that rain still pushing through the area. Let me jump back here just a second. I got to get a different model loaded here. Sorry. So one thing I do want to jump into why we are waiting on this to load is out of the Storm Prediction Center out of Norman, Oklahoma. Now this is put out by the National Weather Service. This is not a map that we have created or anything. This is we've just enhanced it a little bit and put some cities and roads and stuff on like that, counties on it, so then you know exactly where it is. That brown area is under a 5% tornado risk of seeing a tornado within a given radius. I believe it's 25 miles or 50 miles. I forget exactly off of my top of my head. Now, that green area is a 2% risk, which does include the Huron Brookings area over to the Worthington and all the way down further south down into the Kansas area there and over into Iowa and Nebraska. Now, that brown area that does include the Sioux Falls area, does include Yankton, Vermilion, Sioux City, down to Ottawa, down to Norfolk, Nebraska, Omaha area, has the greater risk of seeing that. Now, one thing to keep in mind is when we had those 3 tornadoes that came through the Sioux Falls area a couple years ago here, we were under a 2% tornado risk. So if that does kind of let you guys know what we are talking about as far as severity of this system, as far as we start getting into it and seeing when things will play out, there is that risk. There is going to be that risk of seeing some of the severe weather pushing through there. We are going to have that chance of seeing some of the isolated tornado chances and other events coming up as well. I just turning something off here so I can get my next slide ready. So now we're going to take a quick look at this map here. We're going to put it at 11 o'clock. Things are going to be moving into, you can see right through the Sioux Falls area there. We are looking at seeing some of the rain push through, a little bit of a heavier system pushing through the Madison area. As we go the next hour there, these will push out of the area and to the north. Now we're watching these storms that are going to be regenerated. You can see them right through here that are starting to regenerate, which is going to be right in that 5% probability risk of that tornado. As we come into now, that's 2 o'clock. As we come into the 3 o'clock, we do see some of that heavier rain sticking around. Storm chances are starting to increase as we go into about the 5 o'clock hour. So mainly pretty much after that 1 o'clock time frame is what we are seeing. Now we do have a stronger cell that is starting to form right around the Canton area there, about that 6 o'clock time frame. So we definitely are going to see these stronger storms really start to increase. You can see right through that Mitchell area there. You can see that we have those stronger chances of the storms pushing through. Let me do something here to kind of... Whoop. Sorry, I was fixing something here that I wanted to make things just a little better for you guys so you could see it. All right, there you go. So there, I do apologize. I want to bring you guys the latest information and keep you updated with this as we start to come into the time frame and stuff. But you can see right through there that Mitchell and Mitchell area right through there. There's that heavier storm. Canton area just to the south of that. Now these storms are what we call a supercell capability. So as we start to see those supercell capabilities, that's when we're going to be seeing those chances of some of that severe weather start really increasing coming into it. Now as we put the map into motion there, you can see things will start really generating. Let me back that up here. They're about that 8 o'clock time frame you see just north of the Yankton area. So this is all right involved within that 5% tornado risk. So definitely going to have what we call the parameter setup and the probability of seeing some of this severe weather with this. As we look at, again, at the Storm Prediction Center out of Norman, Oklahoma, did that 5% risk for that area. And then as we compare that with the models there, you can see that that chance is right through where we are watching with that 5% risk. Now, as we come into... Let me get switched over to this system here. All right, as we take a look at the latest of the RAP model, which is going to give us our supercell capabilities and everything, you can see that these supercells are right along there about that 3 to 5 o'clock time frame of starting to really generate there. As we click on this, now this is going to really break it down and kind of look at things. You can see that right in that far right corner there of the screen, it does have that probability of a tornado of that. Now that's right along the Highway 50 corridor there through the Vermilion and Yankton area is what we are watching. So we do think that a lot of the severe risk is going to stay further south of the Sioux Falls area, but would not surprise us to see a little bit of that creep upwards and bring us that chance of some severe weather pushing through, just like what these models are suggesting here. Now this model that we utilize is going to be the latest model run. This is up to date. This is a future cast that is going to be more reliable than regular models of some events happening. So they're about that 2 o'clock time frame. Again, we do start to see things start to generate right along the Highway 81 corridor, all the way up into the Salem, further north up almost to Highway 14. And then as we go into the 4 o'clock time frame, we do see still some of the stronger cells right through the I-90 Highway 81 corridor there by Salem, just west of the Sioux Falls area, even southwest of the Sioux Falls area. That'll all continue to progress eastward. So here's our risk for that Sioux Falls area that we're going to have to really keep an eye on, is going to be right here. Now this is going to be right about that 5 o'clock time frame that we are going to keep a really close eye on this. One thing too to note with this cell, as we want to zoom in here, is you can see this bow. So with this bow is kind of going to indicate that we're going to have these stronger winds that are going to progress with it as well. So we could see this as a wind event, just to as it starts to come into the area between that 4 to 5 o'clock time frame. So definitely, if you have some plans going on tonight, a Wednesday or Saturday night plans after 4 o'clock, definitely start staying weather aware. We are activating our crew about 3 o'clock. We're all meeting at our office to get things planned out and see what we're going to do as far as getting the crew out and ready for you guys to bring you the latest information, because that is our main goal. Riley, I have not spoken with Riley to figure out what Riley's main plans are. We do want to bring you guys the latest information, so we are going to be keeping an eye on that as well, and definitely going to be keeping you guys informed. So definitely stay with us. Again, now this model that we are looking at here, we did do that closer look on that. That is at that 5 o'clock time frame. I do see some of you are asking about, events at the fairgrounds, if those are going to be canceled. Unfortunately, we don't have a connection with the fairgrounds, so we can't make those calls as far as that is concerned. As we go into the 6 o'clock time frame there by the Canton T area, you do see those stronger cells as well progressing. And then we do see another cell developing to the west of the Sioux Falls area there about that 7 o'clock time frame. So definitely we are going to see these chances of severe weather. Now, taking these is with a grain of salt is not going to be something that you need to do. We definitely need you guys to stay weather aware with this system as it starts to generate and start to really develop. Jared, I am not blowing this out of proportion. The Storm Prediction Center out of Norman, Oklahoma is also agreeing with this as well. So we are definitely making everybody weather aware with this situation, and that is ultimately our goal. So if you think we're blowing it out of proportion, then don't watch us, simply put. Others on this live feed do enjoy it and will enjoy it later. So again, 8 o'clock there, we start to see north of the Yankton area there some of the stronger cells developing. There about that 3 o'clock, that is going to continue to progress its way eastward and going to continue to bring us that severe weather chances. Now, as we come into about the 10 o'clock time frame, one thing to keep in mind here is that bow that we see again that is moving across the I-29 corridor. As that moves across that I-29 corridor there, we are going to see that risk of some of the severe weather, with that being primarily wind damage with that as we go into that. As we go into the 11 o'clock hour, things will start to move eastward and out of the area for that, for the Sioux Falls area, for the severe risk portion of it. We do expect to see some rain showers stick throughout the overnight hours and into the early morning hours as well. Now, this is 2 o'clock. We are seeing some rain sticking around the area as well. One thing to remember, 2018 is that year we had the major flooding that happened in the Sioux Falls area. That 100-year or 1,000-year, 1 in 1,000 flooding situations happened. And that is actually occurred today. So definitely going to need to have you guys Stay weather aware. We're going to continue to watch the weather and bring you the latest update as things start to develop. We definitely want to keep you guys informed. Again, the Storm Prediction Center out of Norman, Oklahoma, has issued a 5% risk for the Sioux Falls area of seeing that tornadic risk. Highway 81, I-90, just north of I-90 corridor, does include the Madison area, down to the Omaha area, Norfolk, Nebraska, and along the I-29 corridor there. And brown, you can see that. Moving outward, the green is the 2% risk, and those that are like, dude, it's 5%, it's not that big of a deal, or it's 2%, it's not that big of a deal. Well, here's the thing. The 2% risk was when we had a 2% risk when we had those 3 tornadoes that moved through the Sioux Falls area. So definitely going to have that probability, going to have that risk, and it is not something you guys need to take with a grain of salt and just ignore it. You guys need to stay weather aware. That is what we are doing. Is we are here to keep you guys weather aware and keep you informed. Again, our team is being activated about 3 o'clock, and we will start to bring you guys more briefings as we get closer to that. Thanks for joining us. Stay weather aware as we start to really watch this system come into play.